welcome back to Crochet at My House. We have quite a few things to show today, mostly crochet related, and a bunch of other things as well. So, do we want to start?
Yes. Some of this. Marmalade.
Starting with a new Wii game. This is Night at the Museum, the video game. It's the second maybe. Cecile's been playing it more than me, so do you want to tell them about it?
Well, you've got a chain that helps you to climb, but you only can do it when
you're near the tablet. Same with the torch, right?
Yes.
And you get to run around and explore. You could ride Rexy, you could play fetch with Rexy. You get asked to go and get gum for him at one point. Not for Rexy, for the other guy.
Dum-dum.
Yeah. The Easter Island head. You get to do all sorts of running around and exploring. You collect things. Yeah.
And it's also kind of a puzzle.
Yes, and there are puzzles and things too. A little bit of jumping and all that. Quite a fun game. I've only played it a little bit because I only tried it last night.
To the first checkpoint.
Yeah, to the first checkpoint. But Cecile's done a wee bit more than that.
I've done 4 checkpoints.
Oh, there you go. She's done a bit more than me. But even I think it's pretty fun so far. And it is a one-player game, as you can see. And you need a nunchuck. And it's quite fun.
And if you haven't watched the movie, it's really good.
Are you not showing it?
Yeah. Uno.
Yes. A game that probably doesn't need any introduction. It's a fast-paced game. You put cards down that either match the colour or the number, or sometimes you put down a wild card or something. And these are a little bit older than the ones we usually play with. I got them the other day there. They do look a little bit different to the current Uno cards.
A little bit? It does look different.
So you can see they do look a little bit different than the other cards. Here's a wild card.
The wild one hasn't changed that much.
So they've changed a little bit, and you can see the back. They are a little bit different right here. The box has a date on it. Yeah, 2003 is what is written on here. So they're a little bit different than the current Uno cards you could grab in any store. I just thought they were kind of cool, and they weren't expensive. And it was just a nice thing to have, because we do play Uno quite a lot, don't we?
And it's also easier to carry than having to take one over, back over and over and over.
What she means is it's nice having an extra pack of cards for taking out with you when you go somewhere, and some for the house. So the next couple of things are crochet and knit related. Obviously I don't knit, but I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, that's all we've got that isn't crocheting that today. So we'll start with these knitting needles. So these are metal knitting needles in a sort of reddy pink colour. And they're 6mm.
The tops are interesting.
So they're 6mm. And the reason I got these is my aunt knits, and her birthday is on Wednesday this week, which is just tomorrow. And I also got these ones. These ones are... What is that, Cecile?
Knit needles.
No, but what does it feel like? It's not metal like the last ones.
Kind of wood.
It's plastic. So these ones are a plastic type knitting needle. They are made in England, and they're 5.5 millimeters. So that's the knitting needles. Other things to show. Moving on, we do have some yarn stuff. If you get the information we wrote down, I could show them it. So this here is some yarn I got, starting with Heritage, and it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. It has Cascade yarns written on it. Yeah. So we have camel, that's the colour of this one, and this one is brown. I got these really cheap in the charity shop. I was ecstatic when I saw it. I was just like, I am having those. But if you do want to look them up, you can get them from Wool Warehouse at the moment for $8.99, and Lovecrafts has them for $8.50, which is not too bad. It's cheaper than their normal price because they are on deals right now. I will try and remember and link those below. Yes, I got 2 of those. Super happy with them. They feel really nice. Yeah. The next yarn, Cecile?
Pretty balls this time.
Okay, you want to hold on? So, we have King Cole Authentic Cotton Mix Chunky, and its colour is raspberry, and it's 50% cotton and 50% premium acrylic. There's 100 grams to the ball, and it's really soft and squidgy.
Oh, it is really soft. And
we've got 3 of those.
And it's a real pretty one.
And I forgot to mention how much we're using these. I wonder if they have... Yeah, these are 100 gram balls, so that's nice to know. Right.
One more yarn.
One more yarn. Just you'll lifted it with the ball band, not generally advised. Alright, so we have Rowan Cotton Cashmere. It's a sort of browny kind of colour. The colourway that they thought it looked most like was Seed, and you can get it at the moment from Knit Bliss Yarns for $8.50. It's on sale, or Wool Warehouse for $8.75. So that's a really nice colour there. Of course, I will try and put these links in, and I will put in some pictures. Moving on to works in progress. So Cecile is working on this, and what is this?
It's kind of a cushion.
Okay, so we have this really pretty piece of fabric, which I picked up at one point. It was just this one square, and I thought it was really quite pretty, so I brought it home. And Cecile is making it into a kind of cushion, and she has it backed with just plain blue,
which matches the blue on it.
And there's some really nice patterns on here. So we have bows in the corners, and then in the center we have these flowers with a bow around them, then we have a hexagon shape, and then lots of little squares along the edges, so that's pretty cool.
And it was hard to do because they didn't have the edges straight at all.
So they hadn't made the edges straight apparently, so she had to work with that. I also have some works in progress, which I will start with the really big work in progress that I have, which is this blanket I am making. Do you want to hold that? So this is the blanket I'm making, and it is the Jacob's Ladder blanket, and I'm making it with stripes. So every 3 rows I am changing colour, and I'm doing solid, variegated, solid, variegated. So I'm switching from solid to variegated each time,
which is becoming very cute.
And here I'm using a cream colour yarn. So I've done quite a few rows at this point, but I've still got lots more to do. And talking about the yarn I'm using, I am keeping a hold of my ball bands at the minute because I am going to try and keep a hold of all my ball bands, and then when I get to the end of the year, I could have a look at the ball bands that I have used and kind of see how much yarn I've used. You want to show another project?
This one isn't started.
Okay, so this is a new project, which I conveniently put in a bag for her. I do apologise about the rustling. So,
flowers.
What she's making is she's making these flowers. They're forget-me-nots.
And the petals are puff stitches.
Yes. And do you remember why you're making these?
It's for the library.
Yes, it's for the library. They're putting them up in our local library for Alzheimer's. And yeah, to see if what she'd try and help. And I am going to help as well when we start making them. Moving on to another project I'm working on is these socks. So I finished the height of the sock, and I have started doing the part that goes around your foot. I'm really enjoying it. It's quite a nice pattern, and it's not very complicated. It looks kind of odd because it started differently than most socks, but I don't find it that complicated to work on. And yeah,
you started from the top and like down.
No, you start at the heel. You would have known that if you'd been paying attention. Now, anyway, moving on to Cecile's project.
The hats.
You will have likely seen this a couple of times. She's been working on this V-stitch hat. And do you want to explain why it's still so small?
I had to take a whole row off.
So she went all the way around and she realised she'd made a mistake somewhere. So she went all the way back to the start of that round and started again.
Yes, at the very start.
That's okay, isn't it? Because everybody does have to restart sometimes.
Yeah.
And she's getting there. So that's all of our works in progress and not started things and all that. So I have been working on my room some more, getting it a little bit more tidy. There's still more to do, but it is definitely getting better in here. So soon you will get to see some of how it's going. Like you'll get to see these cupboards again, see how we've tidied those up. Yeah, and I do have some other things to say. I am going to be away for a few days next week. So I am going to try, hopefully, to make a video to slot in on next Tuesday. But if I don't manage it, it is because I am not here. So, hopefully, but I don't know. I'm not even sure what video I'm making yet. But anyway, that'll be hopefully something I managed to get done. And hopefully by the next one we do, we will have more progress to show on our projects.
Hopefully.
And yeah, that's about everything for today. So I think our question today is going to be, what is your current whip? Comment down below, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications every time I put up a video.